Okay, rolling.
All right. John, man, nice
Hello.
to meet you.
Nice
Thanks
to
for
meet
having
you.
us. Dude, Attack the Block is so awesome. And one of the things I really love about it is, like, right at the beginning, Moses and his friends come off as assholes. They go off and
Assholes.
they mug a woman. We shouldn't like them at the beginning of the movie. The whole
No.
rest of the movie is their redemption. How did you deal with that arc, and what did you think of when you read that and you realized, wow, this character is not likable at the beginning of this movie, and I'm going to have to compensate for that?
The way I dealt with that, because as an actor, when you look at a role and the character does something that isn't morally right to you, your feelings, your emotions doesn't matter because you have to portray this character. So the first thing you have to do is read it, understand it, and ask a question as to reasons why it's happened. And you do know as you go along the film, those reasons are shown. And it was me understanding those reasons without giving away any spoilers.
Yeah, sure.
And trying as much as possible just to show that during the course of the performance. And you start off with this character who is engraved in crap and engraved in this kind of shield against him and the world. And as an actor, what I needed to do is just to find different parts and different scenes to shred him of that. And in that, you see a real person just shine through, and hopefully you get to love him.
For sure, and a lot of what you love about him and what you brought to the character was the language, and the voice, because you don't speak like him. His voice is a little
No.
deeper. How did you decide on like his accent, some of the language, and some of the stuff is destined to become
Well,
catchphrases?
You should be asking Joe that because the film is set in South London, so
Okay.
and I'm from South. But I think with me, there's a difference between living in South London and being a part of South London and the craziness and the negative things that happens there. So do you know what I mean? But in that, you still have to find out reasons as to why these can be just talking to people and just seeing how the way they interact. And it's a different swag. Like you have East Coast and West Coast over here. It's a different kind of energy, a different kind of swag, and it's like understanding that and just portraying that. Do you know what I mean? It's I'm an actor. I've got
sure.
to do what I've got to do.
What about trust, allow it, the stuff that's in there? Is that in the script, or is that stuff that you guys sort of developed along the way? Because I know that I read.
Do you know what this is? I've read a lot of scripts in my time, and that's a year and a half. And this is the script that had the language on point.
Okay.
We did have to do a little tweaks here and there, but we didn't have to do much. Do you know what I mean? So all the allow it's, the bruvs, it's just part of what you would hear in South London if you're talking to someone that's from that kind of area, someone that's from that kind of energy anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Because you do have skaters, you do have nerds. I'm a nerd, so so it was just about getting that energy and just bringing it to screen.
All right, cool. I also heard in an interview that you did just recently that you said you watched like The Wire for a lot of inspiration.
Yes.
And what specifically about The Wire? Their characters? What was it that you brought from that show? Because that's my favorite show of all time.
I'm a big fan of The Wire.
It's the best.
I'm a big fan. I actually got into The Wire on my first job because I have a background in theatre, so the backstage there's a lot of time to kind of watch films while they're going on, and then you have to go on. And I watched The Wire and I watched Marlowe's character in that, and he's kind of silence and intensity. You don't really know what's going on like behind those eyes, but in a way his eyes feed the story, and I think that's magical if you can do that as an actor, because I think being an actor you want to do a lot of this just to release that I'm showing you that I'm scared. And it's good for me. I feel stronger as an actor if I can do that, just being subtle, and you can see that through my eyes. And that for me was a lot. That was based on a lot of performances in The Wire. Idris Elba, do you know what I mean? Stringer Bell, Omar, Marlowe, Michael, Tristan Wilds who plays Michael. All of that, their seriousness, their intensity, telling the story through the eyes. I thought that was perfect for Moses.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. Can I take my juice?
No, go for it.
Cheers.
It's real. Now, obviously, you mentioned that you're a little bit of a geek and nerd. The film's obviously is influenced by so many classic '80s adventure comedies, action, whatever, and those are obvious. But in your upbringing, what were movies that you sort of influenced you as a person, as an actor, that you really loved, that you watched, you own on DVD, and you just go crazy with?
I'll tell you the most recent one.
Okay.
It's Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith.
Okay.
Just because I'm a Malcolm Gladwell reader, I believe in kind of like working towards what you want. I believe in dreamers, and obviously Will Smith's role in that, and that story. that dramatic scene where he tells his son that don't let anybody tell you you can't do something, and I just think that film spoke to me on so many different levels. Do you know what I mean? And obviously inspired me as an actor, and yeah, so those are the kind of that film especially recently is what kind of got me in a film I've got on DVD. And then you go back to the old popcorny flicks like Transformers, which I'm a big fan of, a big Michael Bay fan.
Nice.
So yeah, loads of films inspired me recently. Do you know what I mean? As an actor.
Right. What about when you were younger though? Like, was it when you were like when we had little John at like 6 years old and he was watching the TV? What was he watching?
It was cartoons.
Okay.
It was cartoons, man. It was Power Rangers. It was all those things that were dramatic, because the way acting started for me was jumping on sofas and acting as if, oh, there's something there.
Yeah.
But I just realised I was quite good at it. You know what I mean? So it was like all the other kids would do this, would do it, but the way I would do it I remember being like 6 years old, right, and being in primary school, and my teacher was like, she's reading the Nancy the Spider-Man books, and she wanted one of the students to act out the scenes, and I came on, and I had to play a leopard. And I remember being on fours, like, I gave this leopard, like, character breakdowns. I gave the leopard some sexy facial expressions, if I have to say so myself. And so I had fun with that. You just realise, it's something natural. It's something you just really want to do.
Awesome. Now, again, as a movie fan, what's it like to be in a movie that is so loved by the film community? I mean, it's got to be rewarding. What is the sort of roller coaster ride been like?
What do you mean?
I just, a lot of times you're acting a movie and it doesn't do very well. This movie not only is doing well with the critics and audiences, well, we don't know about American audiences yet, but it's just got to be gratifying to be in a movie that's just loved for its film.
Yeah, do you know what? I always have to thank God. It's very humbling. It's very, I'm very, very happy about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was on set, all I did was try as much as possible to take the audience on a journey, and I'm an audience member myself. I've watched films ever since I was young, and the actors that do that for me, obviously, I wanted to do that while I was filming, and to think that today I'm sat here in Sony and people really appreciate the movie and critics love it. It's humbling and it's very good. Thank you guys.
Yeah. I got a few minutes left, so I'm going to jump into some spoiler stuff. So, just so I want
Slash films allowed to do this?
Oh yeah. And a lot of people have seen the movie. They've seen it. They've come to our screenings. We've held screenings, and like people are loving it. So, if you guys don't like spoilers, this is where you jump out. If you haven't
I
seen
need to step out of the room.
Yeah. No, it's not ruining anything too much. All right, the final scene of the movie is so exciting. When you're coming out of the building, tell me what that was like to shoot. You just got to be stoic, and you had this whole crowd. What was that day like? And the chanting.
Do you know what's crazy about that? A lot of people in that crowd were my friends.
Okay.
They decided to come down and set and pay me a visit. But one thing, this is all down to Joe Cornish, and me feeling as if you have to be professional. At the end of the day, yeah, it's all good and well having all the crowd there, and you had energy from teenagers who were really looking forward to the film. But I still got a job to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I came on set like the character. I didn't talk to anyone. I just tried to stay in the scene. But after we got a couple of shots down, I just went back into the movie, like, yeah, what's going on? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, it was fun to film that scene. It was fun.
Yeah,
really fun.
But it's also kind of open-ended. We just see Moses smile that he's a hero. Did you ever talk about a sequel? And was that ever a discussion? Just on the side, nothing official, just talking.
Do you know what? Me and the boys, we weren't even thinking. We weren't even thinking about no sequel. We were talking about a game.
Okay.
On Xbox.
Videos, yeah, sure.
Yeah. We've got our missions down and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
But if you were to make a sequel or in that game, what do you think would happen? What is the next step for Moses when that van drives away?
I guess battle more aliens and do it right this time.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends where Joe wants. This is Joe's thing as much as it is mine. Do you know what I mean? So I think working together, and I don't know where it could go. It could go anywhere. I could get powers. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think that do you think the invasion happened everywhere or just there on the block?
Nah, just there on the block.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's just there on the block. Let's just have an invasion that just happens in one place.
Mm-hmm.
Reasons being, we've got low budget. And we don't want to be filming no montages in Paris and San Francisco.
Right.
Oh my God. Shh.
Well, maybe in the second one, they come back for that.
Yeah. If do you know what? If they come back in the second one and it's worldwide, I will happily lead Earth to redemption. I'll happily be front row. But I'll be on a pedal bike though. While the tanks are behind.
Moses could definitely do it. And just because I have a couple more seconds according to my timer. in my review, I said that this is the kind of movie that eventually you talked about spawn a video game. I think it's going to spawn like action figures.
Ooh.
What would it be like for you if you went to a store, went to Comic-Con and saw on the shelf, you know, Pest, Moses, all these guys? What would that be like?
That'd be nuts.
Yeah.
That'd be nuts, but it'll be cool. Quite cool. I'll have to purchase that. Give it to my young cousins. Look what Uncle John does.
Awesome.
He probably won't be impressed, but you know.
All right, John. Thank you so much.
Thank
Attack
you.
the Block is amazing.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Cool.